Coming up on today's episode.
Because everybody, every race, every nationality wants a black man. Every woman on this earth wants to see what that black man can do. Mm-hmm. But don't nobody be like, oh, I want to see what that black woman does.
Ready for another great show. Now let's get into it.
Hello everyone and welcome to another episode of Between Sisters. I'm Kaya and I'm here with my beautiful sisters. First in we have Shauna Dawn. Next in we got E-B-E. Next in we got the K, the I, the S, the H. It's Keisha. It's Keisha. Look at how well she got her hands so she just.
I'm doing the AKA. Okay.
Okay, I can't do the ski weeps. I can't. Y'all get on my nerves. Can I just say when we were at the New Edition residency in Vegas? There was some divine nines in the house, and one of them started doing their chant, and then everybody in the actual auditorium started doing their chant too. I was like, they get on my nerves. Y'all divine nines get on my nerves.
And if you're a lot of us,
everybody,
if you're a lot of us
don't sleep,
don't sleep. If you're a lot of us,
they do. Whatever. I mean, but I'm glad that the Divine Nine represents for, the sisterhood and the brotherhood, And speaking of the sister and brotherhood, Nick Cannon came under some fire, if you will, recently because of the fact that he had Dr. Umar Johnson. We've talked about Dr. Umar on a lot of shows with his views on certain things. So he had Dr. Umar on his show, and Dr. Umar called him out on the fact that he has all of these children, but the majority of the mothers are non-Black. And he asked Nick, he was just like, is that your preference? People that are non-Black, because your kids are obviously with these women and the money that you give is now a part of a different community. That's Dr. Umar's thing. He's always, he's just like, you don't ski with the snow bunnies, and the fact that Nick Cannon, he exudes himself, or he presents himself as someone that is very pro-Black, very, with the culture and everything. It kind of is an oxymoron with the fact that he really doesn't have a melanated sister by his side. Now he brings up the one daughter named Onyx. Mm-hmm. He kept on bringing up that one child. He got 11 children, and he brought up the one, because Onyx, her mother is darker skinned.
She's the dark
skin. The Black woman who's on the darker skin side. So,
but when you can only reference one
out of 12,
your stats ain't that great, bruh. I'm just saying.
But then he also said, because his mom is light skinned, so he had to even question himself. He was just like, is it because I'm so used to my mom is light skinned, she's mixed. Right. So maybe it's because I've always been around my mom or so. I immediately just go towards the light skinned ones, I guess. So,
but his mom is like a tad shade lighter than he is. So she's not like, almost.
You lighter than his mother.
Yeah,
probably so. I never even saw his mother, so
yeah. I just looked his mother up when he was doing the looking. I was like, oh, okay. She is on a I don't know if you would say she's high yellow, but she's yellow.
She's He's on the lighter side.
And he did say she's mixed. He didn't say
Yeah,
what
she's mixed.
good.
That's
He
true.
did say she's mixed. So she could be mixed with Spanish. We don't know.
I mean, he has white baby mothers. He has mixed baby mothers. You know, he has the one darker hued black baby mother. But Dr. Umar did ask the question. He did pose the statement by saying, per capita, the amount of black men that date outside their race is higher than any other race of men dating outside. So it's just like, what is it that when men get to a level of success, they feel that in order to, I guess, look the part, they have to go with an other because Shaniqua won't do. So what y'all think?
So okay, so I was born in the 70s, and I came from an era where I think the era in the 70s it was okay, let me rewind it. I think that this stemmed from what black people dealt with colorism. So colorism is the foundation of where Nick Cannon is right now. So there was an era where women were only dating light-skinned dudes. And dudes from the 70s and 80s, remember, will say dark-skinned dudes in the 70s and 80s was like, I remember when being dark-skinned wasn't in. This was for dark-skinned dudes. And then
like the Wesley Snipes movie came out, and
Yes.
it was just like
or Richard Roundtree.
right, and they came on the scene, and it was just like, all right,
yeah. So then now the dark-skinned dude was in, and then the same thing happened with women. The whole era of, you know, light skin was prettier. You know, so that's the foundation of where these celebrities started dating women of that are non-black. To rewind it back to the whole colorism thing, I remember there was issues with amongst dark-skinned women where they were complaining that celebrity men were only dating lighter-hued black women.
Mm-hmm.
But because they were black women, it was kind of like the answer to that was, well, that's his preference. That's what he likes to date. He prefers lighter skinned women versus dark skinned women. And even to this day, you'll find, you know, it's kind of like a conversation amongst males and females. You got females that say, I only date a certain skin tone. And you have, you know, men say, I only date a certain skin tone. And that's considered colorism indirectly. Even though it's within the race, that's you know, I don't know if you want to consider that a problem. My mother told me when I got engaged to Troy, she admitted to me, she said, I was relieved to know that you finally dated a dark-skinned dude, because she's 90% of the time, most of the dudes I dated were light-skinned. And when she said that, I didn't realize that's all I was dating was light-skinned dudes. I literally didn't realize it until she said that. And I'm like, oh my God, 90% of dudes I date, and it was not on purpose. It was just, that's who chose to approach me. But I say all that to say that was the foundation of where we are now. With now dudes is like, you know what, fuck you light skin hoes.
Why we gotta be hoes for?
I ain't gotta deal with weaves anymore. Like, I ain't gotta deal with weaves anymore. Let me go to these
Let me go straight to
here. I can put my hair straight in the scalp without tracks.
You stupid.
No, but I remember, I don't know if it was, I don't want to say the rapper's name because I don't want to misquote him, but it was this rapper that was, they had played an excerpt on the Breakfast Club of him saying, y'all black women that better get it together because these other cultures got it going on. They got big butts now. They got.
I forgot who the rapper was, but I remember seeing that clip.
And he was like, and they could cook. He's like, y'all better up your resume. He said, because they got everything that y'all got. So
they have everything that we have, but the soul and the story.
Right.
But I was watching something the other day, and I think I mentioned it on one of the shows recently, where I did where there was a question to men, a lot of black men who date Asian women, and they said, and because a lot of Asian men were getting, I mean, black men were getting Asian women from like the Philippines, um, and so their reply was that when they brought these women from these other countries to their homes and married them, when they come home from work, she's so grateful to see him home. She don't beef about anything. She just grateful to be in America. She's grateful for the fact that she's on a couch. Meanwhile, they said when they come home to a black woman, she's like, "Man, what you?" So the thing is,
that is a very dangerous stereotype.
That is a stereotype.
That's what
The angry
that's
black
what
woman is.
That's a stereotype. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
But
someone who has been married,
so let's that's why we got to
stereotype.
dissect the fact that what is it about these non-black women that these men are running to them? What is it about them besides the fact that they don't have weaves? What is it about them that is causing our men to run to them? That's the question.
So my ex and I, we went to one of his friends' barbecues. And like a half hour in, I started to realize as I'm there, is I was the only black wife. So mind you, it's a barbecue, family, friends. The kids were all mixed race. The only other black women was our friend's his sister. And it took a toll on me because even though I'm there with my black man, I'm married to this black man, I'm black, but being there, it was like I took on the weight of every black woman and was like, what is wrong with me? Like, why am I the only black wife out of all these chicks in here? And I remember that next weekend, I was by Kaya's house for a girls' night. And like, I really had to unpack it because it stayed with me because I didn't understand. It was just like, and they not even that cute. So it's just like, what is it that made you all choose someone who was non-black? And I didn't, and even to this day, I'm just like, I don't understand it. Like, what is it?
I think is part of it is personality.
Yeah. And well, I always watch like 90-Day Fiancés and all of those are my shows. I tell you this. I tell you this all the time. And a lot of the black men on there that said they went out to the Philippines and all of these places, they always say, it's one because I heard they don't feel as if they're attractive enough for black women. That's one.
Bullshit. Anyway,
That's one. And then another one says how Keisha says they're appreciative more of them. They feel as if, they feel needed. Because supposedly a lot of black women, we're taught to be strong. We're taught to be independent and everything, or we don't feel as if we need a man or so. But with other cultures, they're very submissive in a way of not declaring they're their own boss or anything of that. They feel as if they're needed. So I guess that may be a reason why, but I don't understand it because I'm very much of a black to black relationship person. But I mean, it can be preference. It can be, I don't know. There's just a mixture of things that we have to take account of. So I don't know.
Well, one thing that Dr. Umar and Nick has spoken about was the fact that before, dating or being with a white woman was against the law. Like you would get killed if you were with a white woman.
If you
But
were seen,
if you were
with
seen,
a white
yeah,
woman.
even if you got caught looking, hello,
Right.
Emmett Till, hello, Emmett Till. But you know, back then it was forbidden for you to be with, for a man to be with a white woman. Now the white woman could be with that man, you know, and not have nothing happen, you know. But if the black man pursued the white woman, it was, that's it. You done. You getting hung up on a tree with like some strange fruit. I think, well, what they said was they feel that now that it's not illegal, that it's seen as a form of success because you were able to get a white woman, not just the money, not just the fame, not just the power, but now you also have the white chick to solidify or to stamp your success. You know what I mean? The fact that black men, some black men feel that that's their way of showing success in their life is by having a family or by marrying a woman that is non-black. Now, I don't know if Antoine could hear, but I would like to get his opinion on dating outside your race. Dating or marrying outside. Look at that. Look at him. Look at him here. All right. So what you think?
Me personally, I always black on black, Asian on Asian. Whatever race you are, you should stick to your race. It's easier to learn from each other than from other people, in my opinion. Like when you see a lot of interracial couples, they always have that disconnect always. So it's like even if it's white or black, the black side always have more struggle than the white side, depending on how they were raised. So it's always that disconnect. So I always think interracial couple, it does work in some ways, but it never really truly works as a whole, especially with kids, because kids never know which side to be a part of.
Very true. Very true.
Yeah.
So do you think that black men feel that when they get to a level of success, that the epitome of success is the Caucasian woman?
I think that's what Hollywood paints them to be. I think once you get to that level, Hollywood tells you this is who you should be around to be more successful. So I think it's more Hollywood than actually people themselves thinking that way. Because they all go for the same type of woman when you think about it.
Which is?
Caucasian.
Oh.
Or like Asian, like Philippine, or
they call it exotic, the exotic look.
Yeah, an exotic.
Yeah.
Exotic look.
Like a lot of dudes like the Kim Kardashian look.
Yeah.
Like black-ish, but not black.
Yeah. They have the features
that they bought.
Right.
Yes, the features.
Yeah.
That they bought.
Because Kim Kardashian didn't look nothing like she do now, back in the back when she was still Persian.
It's Armenian.
Whatever.
She's still Persian.
Wrong way, that woman's culture.
Wrong culture. Like the Persians, like, don't put that on us.
Excuse me, I'm sorry, all Persians, Armenian.
Yeah.
So Antoine, just to clarify, you're saying that you prefer that that every race stick to their own race.
Yeah, because it's easier that way. You can grow together. You can learn the best ways to suit each other. I think like when it's interracial, you can't suit each other's needs because you don't know each other's needs. Now you have to teach them what you need and what you want. And then even then, it may go against what they have learned growing up from their race. So it might, always be a disconnect.
So last question. Did you get with Eve because she was light?
Get off the stage. You failed the test.
Honestly, I seen his exes and stuff. They're all a range of colors. They're
Yeah.
all a range.
Nobody
But all
asked you
black.
that question, Eve. I'm talking to
right.
Antoine.
Go
Yeah,
ahead.
but all my
Yes.
exes,
He can
Kaya
speak
turned
for
into Dr.
himself.
Umar just
yeah,
now.
so all my exes are like a range of black. Like every shade of black I've dated. I've never really dated a white woman or Asian woman or even not like a true
Latino?
straight. No, they still black in my opinion, but that's just my opinion. So
Okay.
yeah.
Okay. Thank you, my brother. Right on. Right on.
We be watching Undercover Brother all the time. We be like, she was like, does she got them pink nipples? Like, did she...
But you know what? To be honest with you, a lot of not even a lot, but the ones that they got caught on camera, a lot of the football or basketball or whomever players that have the white women, and you see them on camera beating the hell out of these chicks.
Mm-hmm.
Like, have you seen some of these dudes that have these white women and they literally going across their face? Like, I mean, abuse.
What show is this?
This not a show. This is the news.
Oh shit.
This is not no show.
What show is that?
This is the news. You see clips on Instagram come through your feed about this football player or this baseball player that got this white woman and knocking her across the room, and I'm just like, and she's just like docile.
I think we also have to take into consideration like where you live, where you are in school, because
That's true.
because if you go to like Yale, there's not that many people there who look like you.
Like Katanji, she went to one of those prestigious institutions, PWIs,
Right.
and that's where she met her husband.
Right. So we also have to take into consideration it's not always because I only want to date this. It's like I was raised in the valley, so
Right.
I'm going to go to school with most people who don't look like me. So I'm going to fall for the guys I'm around. And if they're mostly non-black, it's not because I only want to date these guys, it's because those are the only ones I'm around.
We could turn the conversation on its head because, like I said, Ketanji Brown Jackson, who is our SCOTUS, she has a white husband. Kamala Harris, who is our VP, she has a white husband.
And she went to an HBCU.
And she went to an HBCU, but the person that she ended up with was white.
Right.
It was like Candace. What's her name? Candace
Owens. She's a non-factor. She has a white husband too.
On the Breakfast Club,
with the God is good.
She's like God
is good. She's like, amen.
Amen. Yes, he is.
Yes.
Yo, Jess Hilarious had me weak.
Like that. Listen, that case closed, court adjourned. Case closed, court adjourned. If you don't know that,
yes. You know, the funny thing is, my older one, she's going through this has been going on for years, that most of the dudes that approach her are Hispanic. Most of them.
Because a girlfriend of mine, she was just like, she doesn't date dark-skinned men because she doesn't want her kids to be dark-skinned, and she's dark-skinned. And she married a light-skinned man, and her kids still came out dark.
You don't know what
God is a practical joker.
Not for nothing.
You don't know what your genes will produce. How many times have we seen two people on the lighter skin then have a dark-skinned child because they took
Right.
the grandfather.
Yeah.
Yep.
Right. Antoine's cousin just had a baby. Both of the parents are dark skinned, and that baby is like my skin color. I was just like,
You never know, especially with
you never know.
Black people, because of the
Yeah.
fact that our genes, we can create any color with our genes.
Right.
You sure?
You
You look
just-
at
You know,
don't know.
whereas, you know,
I
white
took
can
after
only
my
produce
grandfather.
itself.
My grandfather was light skinned. That's where I got it from.
Now, do you personally think that that was because they were of much of a darker skin tone, so they were trying to lighten
Yes.
the street?
Yes.
Mm.
Yes. Because I believe that there is a subconscious self-consciousness
Yeah.
within them, because you feel that, oh, I don't want dark kids. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Do you feel that Black men now, because of the fact that I guess plastic surgeons are now leveling the playing field when it comes to features, are like, I ain't got to deal with Shaniqua. I'm gonna go deal with Sally because Sally got all of the what's the name without the baggage.
Well, little what's the name, Boosie?
Lil Boosie.
Lil Boosie. He has said something a while back, mentioning how Instagram makes it hard for regular women
Yeah, it
because
does.
when men are looking at chicks on Instagram, and then they're expecting their women. So now the average dude is looking for Instagram girl.
Right.
So because everybody got the hair bust down, they got the eyebrows, the eyelashes, they got the contour of the face, they got a certain physique, whether they Black, white, Spanish, whatever culture, everyone got this look. I call it the Bratz look. Remember the Bratz doll?
Mm-hmm.
That's what everybody has, that look. And so then these girls out here that are trying to find a good man, they have to try to compete amongst each other. So it is hard. And so going back to your question with the whole, do you think that because these women are starting to look a certain way? I think it's a combination of that, and I think it's a combination of what they get from the relationship. Because when you have two people, that's like two people from, how can I put it? Two low income people getting married versus two people from a different income can kind of work together. But if you got two low income people, they're going to have it harder in society. I don't know if you understand where I'm coming from. I know I'm taking you way down the street to come back. like,
Two
wrongs and math, a negative times a negative equals a positive. But when you have negative and negative, it equals a negative when you trying to add that sucker up. So in a Black man's mind, he's like, why would I go for somebody on my level? I need a bitch that can upgrade me. And so a lot of times they feel like these women are upgrading their status, they're upgrading their environment. It's a lot of things that go along with dating that kind of woman. They clout, because men love to walk in a room and got a baddie in their arm. There's not one man that wants, when he walks in the room, he wants everybody to say, wow, his wife is pretty. Most men are like that.
But I just feel, it boils, or like my father-in-law says, it burns my heart to know that a lot of men don't feel that walking into a room with a beautiful Black woman is enough.
Well, that goes with the culture of the Black man. The Black man has a lot of work to do, but that's another show. And we've talked about the Black man. The Black man has a lot of work to do, and even the ones that are celebrities and are successful, there's a lot of negatives that go along with being a Black person in America. And a lot of times people feel like by me not having a Black woman by my side, maybe I could throw some of that in the garbage and make it dissipate, because us being together is a negative. We you know, now we got to be in this fight, this war together, and remind each other that we're, you know, fighting a war in America. Meanwhile, if he's with a white woman or a Spanish woman or an Asian woman, he don't have to really worry about fighting this war, because
And
Well,
when you say that, the first person I think about is Jonathan Majors.
Cause as soon as shit hit the fan,
He was just like,
he was
"Oh,
jogging
Black
down the street.
Megan, oh, Black Megan,
yeah,
oh, Black Betty, Miss Lane, oh, Black Betty." He was sure enough calling on Megan to be his Coretta Scott.
mm-hmm.
Coretta.
No, because remember he was
Daddy.
asking his white woman to be Coretta Scott and Michelle Obama, be his Coretta Scott and Michelle Obama in this fight for equal justice and civil rights in America.
I mean, the most disrespected person in America is the black woman. So
Thank you. We really
it
gotta
goes
go
all around.
we gotta go through hell and back, and we
Because
strong.
everybody, every race, every nationality wants a black man. Every woman on this earth wants to see what that black man can do.
Mm-hmm.
But don't nobody be like, "Oh, I want to see what that black woman does."
like that, man.
Because when they see us, they think of Mamie. They think of, you know what I'm saying? They think of Aunt Jemima, you know, because that's what was put out there.
Mammy.
You know,
Wet nurses. We feeding your... No,
Don't want to miss part 2 of Between Sisters.
when I see somebody like Nick Cannon that has always espoused himself as a prolific reader and speaker, and he's for the people, and then see him go that route, it hurts as a black woman.
Mhm.
It hurts
Yeah.
as a black woman to see a black man not feel that we are beautiful, that we are worthy of your love.
Don't forget to check out our website for